Hey, welcome to the Original Brew Collective podcast. We are back.
We're back.
We are on episode number 3.
We've made it.
We're here. It's exciting. And if this is your first episode that you've seen and or have been listening to, what we do is we have one beer on each episode that we are reviewing, and most likely from, sometimes the breweries will overlap, but from a different brewery. So a different beer from a different brewery each week that we are reviewing, and it's just been a lot of fun.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and so if you are watching this and you're on YouTube, we just really would ask if you would subscribe to our channel, and if you like what you see, and that way you can see the different beers that we are reviewing, and just be able to learn about different beers and different breweries and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
And then follow us on social media at Original Brew Collective. We're on all the major platforms. Give us a follow on there. And we'd love to hear from you, engage with you. Reach out, message, like, whatever you want to do, however you feel you'd like to engage. And then also, Ben, what platforms are we on as far as podcasts?
On podcasts, we're on all the major platforms that I know of. So we're on Apple Podcasts, we are on Spotify, Google Play, we're also on SoundCloud, and those are like the ones that are coming to mind. But I know we're on all of them, anywhere where you listen to a podcast. So
so if you'd prefer not to watch, maybe listen while driving or working or whatever you want to do, follow us on there, subscribe, and give us a listen. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. So each episode, we just kind of kick it off with talking about 3 different questions, and the questions will vary each episode week to week, but the first question I think will probably be the same. So it is, what is the last beer that you drank? So Robert, what is the last beer that you had?
The last beer that I had was Wet Gravity from Foreign Objects Brewing. I've had their beer before. The first beer I had from them was Fascination Street not too long ago. It was a handful of weeks ago, I think. But Wet Gravity was a little different from that one. Really good IPA. New England, hazy style. Less of a bite on this one. A little bit more juicy, a little more subtle though, with some of the notes within it.
Sounds good.
It was really good. Poured, a murky, opaque, hazy. I would definitely recommend it. Very good beer.
That's all. I haven't had that one, but I remember I've had the first one that you had talked about, Fascination Street, and that was really good. So they put out good stuff, at least from what I've had.
They're 2 for 2 right now with me.
Nice. So. That's 1 for 1 for me. So that's awesome. So for me, the last beer that I had was from the same brewing company that we reviewed last week. We talked about Revision Brewing in Sparks, Nevada, and we had Battle of the Lords, and that wasn't the last one I had, but the one that I had was called Scrog Grog, and it was a Northeast Hazy IPA. It was 6.5%, and I thought it was really, really good. It was like a golden, hazy yellow, amber-ish color that I saw, and just the aroma and the taste of it too was really citrusy and piney and earthy to me. And I will say, like, Revision for me, we talked about it last week. Like, I don't think I've really had a bad beer from Revision.
I've never had a bad beer.
I really haven't. But I will, like, some of their beers kind of taste similar. Some of them do, and it's not a bad thing. I think
they're all good.
Yeah, they are really all good, and they have subtle differences. But this one really stood out to me. It really did, and I thought it was an easy drinker. To me, it was light mouthfeel, and I could have kept drinking more and more of it. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I really liked the can art too. It was really trippy, but I think it was like Bugs Bunny was on it with like hop eyes.
It was something. So
it was cool.
I haven't had that one in cans. I've seen when they've released cans. I've seen, on social media the pictures of them when bottle shops get them, or when the brewing company has released them.
It's popular.
Yeah, and it's a really cool can. It was like a rabbit with like hops in his eyes or something. I had it at the brewery, but I haven't had it when they've released it in distribution. But I remember it being really good. Yeah,
super good. Which kind of like segues into like a couple different things. So on these podcasts that we do, we kind of want to try like different stuff on what we're doing and what we're talking about each time. And we talked about doing like road trips and like,
that'd be fun.
I guess podcasting or talking while that's happening. And one of them is going to Nevada
to think so, yes.
Yeah, because another popular brewery there is Lead Dog.
Yeah, Lead Dog is there.
Lead Dog and Revision. So.
And then there's a really cool bottle shop that I've been lucky enough to go to because they're not that far from us, Sparks, Nevada, called Pinon Bottle Shop, Pinon, and look them up. A really cool bottle shop, a really cool environment, tons of beers on tap, and then tons of beers in their fridge that you can just, pull one out, pay for it, and crack it open right there. So yeah,
Nice.
ideally,
That's actually really cool.
yeah, really cool. And ideally, so yeah, like you were saying, like Ben was saying, was that we can maybe do a little mini road trip to
That'd be
Nevada,
so fun.
and then hit those 3 locations and see if there's anything else that maybe we're missing right now.
Yeah,
that we haven't
I'm
tried.
sure there is, because those are like the popular ones.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's
Yeah.
other ones around there.
Yeah, hopefully we could do that in the near future.
Yeah, and then the second thing that it kind of segued to was our second question. So this one is going to vary from week to week, but it's similar to or the same as last week. So what is the last brewery that you went to?
I unfortunately haven't gone to a brewery this last week, so it's going to be the same answer as episode 2. If you haven't listened to episode 2, go listen to episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode plug.
Please do.
It's still going to be Moonraker for that birthday party for a friend.
Okay, well, so then who's the last people you like drank with then?
That would have been actually when I drank Wet Gravity. I drank it with my grandma, my 90-year-old grandmother, who had never had craft beer before. And so I poured her,
She's 90?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Tiny little woman. I was like, hey, you want to try some of this, Grandma? It's beer. And she said, yeah. And so I poured her like about 2 sips worth into a glass, and she was really confused about the flavor that she was getting. She's never had anything like that before. It could be a lot
from up front.
I mean, her entire life, I'm sure she's only had like Bud or Bud Light or something. I think that's what my grandpa drank, was one of those kind of beers.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, that's all he had in his fridge, and so it's probably all she'd ever. I don't think she was a big drinker. Maybe wine. So this is definitely her first craft beer she'd ever had. Definitely her first IPA and her first hazy IPA. And so she was confused at first by the flavors and everything she was getting. And I told her, you don't have the
beautiful aroma and flavors, I'm sure.
She was very confused, and I was like, you don't have to finish it if you don't like it. And so I poured, a bit more for my mother, who was also hanging out with us. We're all sitting around a table. And so we start getting into conversation, and before we know it, my grandmother had taken my mom's glass and was just finishing it off. My mom, I don't think she had even gotten her first sip yet. And so apparently my grandma is into craft beer. Yeah, so maybe she's going to start her own podcast.
We should have her on, man.
Maybe we should.
That would be so fun.
Drinking with my grandmother.
That would be so awesome.
We'll see.
Nice.
But yeah, this is the last group of people I drank with, is my family and my grandmother.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really fun. So the last brewery that I went to, I was just in Santa Cruz, and I was playing music at a camp up there. And so I was there, and Santa Cruz has a really popular brewery called Humble Sea. It's very popular. They have some other ones too, but that one is one that I know of a lot. Yeah. And so Humble Sea. So I went there. That one was really good, but I actually went to another one after that. It was called Shanty Shack. And I had never heard of it, but it had really, really good reviews on, I think just on Google is what we saw the reviews on. But so we checked it out. It was a really cool spot. They had a lot of different beers. I don't think they had cans. They had crowlers and bottles that they were selling. But they had sours, they had ales, they had some IPAs. I only had the sour. It was called Sun Sesh, and I thought it was really good. And it's kind of interesting you said that about your family, because that was the first brewery that I had ever been to with my dad.
Oh,
and so that was fun. But
that's pretty cool.
So he's not like a huge drinker at all by any means. And I had him try my sour, and he just thought it was very sour. And like I didn't like taste. I didn't think it was good. I thought it was really good. Yeah. But he just thought it was very sour. But it was kind of funny.
Drinking with family week, apparently.
I know. It was fun. So it was a cool spot though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Cool.
So the third question that we talk about is, what beer are you looking forward to trying next? And I feel like ours might be the same.
I think I know what you're referring to.
Because we saw it and I texted you about it. Mm-hmm. Okay,
yep,
so
we're talking about the same
we're
thing.
doing. We're both looking forward to Smoochberry by Moxa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the second time they've released it. I think they're doing it in anticipation of Valentine's Day, so they're releasing it, I think, 2 days before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, they are.
Kind of going with the theme of Smoochberry, and the can is kind of like pink.
It is, and so is like the color that it pours and everything.
Yeah, and it's a sour blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I missed it out on it. I don't know if you tried it.
I have not tried it yet.
Okay, yeah, so we both missed it on its first release. So release number 2, we'll get to try it. Yeah. Yeah,
especially I've said this in previous episodes, but I've been really getting into sours more, and I know we talk about Moxa a lot, but they are so good, and so I'm just really looking forward to trying that. And I've had sours with raspberries, but I thought it was really cool that this one has dragon fruit in it, which is I haven't had a beer with dragon fruit in it that I know of. Yeah. And so that'll be cool to to see what the taste is.
I'm excited. I don't think I've had dragon fruit once. I think
I've had it before, but not
in a beer.
Yeah, not in a beer.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it.
Well, today we're going to be drinking Diamond Dust from Pure Brewing Project. We're really excited about this one. This one was released maybe 2 weeks ago at the most. I was told that it sold out within 1 hour. So we're really excited. Yeah, there's a lot of hype behind Pure Project Brewing. So that's what we're going to be cracking into today. And
let's do it.
Let's do it. For those of you who are just listening and not watching on YouTube right now, we're going to be drinking Diamond Dust from Pure Brewing Project, coming in at 6.7 ABV, so alcohol by volume. It's a really cool looking can, about a Tiffany blue, really simple logo with a diamond on it. The diamond is a teardrop diamond and fitted within their logo. Really, really beautiful can art. Simple, but beautiful. All right, so now that we have it poured out into our Tekus, which we'll be drinking from today, you can see some decent head retention on this one. It's leaving a nice lacing on the glass. It pours. It's really opaque.
Very opaque. You can't see. You can't see through it at all.
What would you compare that color to?
It's like a faint yellow.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not too golden. It's a little bit darker than a golden yellow, but really good color on this one. Let's see what we got on the nose. Okay, right off the bat.
What do you get?
Coconut.
Yeah,
I don't know if
smell
coconut went into this or what, but I'm getting a lot of coconut and it's sweetness.
I was gonna say that it's very sweet. It smells very sweet, in a good way. It smells very sweet and very juicy to me.
What kind of?
I kind of smell mango.
Yeah, mango seems on point to me. I would agree with that. Yeah.
I feel like I want to say guava, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that both. I couldn't. I'm glad you said those because I couldn't pinpoint quite the sweetness, what I was getting on that, but I was definitely getting coconut right up front. The sweetness, I couldn't pinpoint. And yeah, I think that guava and.
I'm going to taste it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for it.
Oh, man. So coconut, still.
I taste the
really
coconut.
Good. I really like coconut, so this is awesome.
Yeah, I really love coconut too.
And we've had some really good coconut beers together from different brewing companies. This is a really good one. It's not overbearing on the coconut.
It's not.
It's kind of subtle, but it's there. It's very present.
The mouthfeel is so nice.
Yeah.
It is. It's medium.
Yeah.
To me, it's like light medium. Mm-hmm. Really, really. Because I like to be able to taste some carbonation in beer, and it has really good it's not a lot, but it's like
the mouthfeel
it's really good.
Solid.
The carbonation on it,
it's kind of creamy. This is a really, really good beer.
It is creamy, and I don't know if that really has to do with it, but that might be like the sweetness I'm smelling is like the creaminess. Mm-hmm. Does it have lactose in it?
I don't know, and I don't believe that it says.
Because I wonder how they.
But yeah, the mouthfeel would lead me to believe that it could, but I cannot confirm that. But I am getting a little bit more of the sweetness like you mentioned, like the guava, and mango, maybe slight pineapple or apricot or something. But this is really right off the bat. This is a solid beer.
This is a thing that I've mentioned. I love beers that that don't taste like something that I've had before, and I feel like I haven't really had a beer like this before.
I would agree with you because. Like I've said, we've had
coconut IPAs,
and those are almost all like pure coconut. Like they're all, and they're really good ones that we've had together. But this is like a combination. You're getting like I said, the coconut's not overbearing at all. It's subtle yet it's really prominent. You can't miss it. And then there's a lot of the sweetness from like you said, the guava, mango, pineapple, maybe apricot. Very good combination between the sweetness and the coconut. I love coconut, so this beer is really good.
It is really good. On the fourth, I think that was my fourth sip. It is kind of it's a little bitter at the end, but it's good. It's really good. I like it. So it's sweet up front, and then to me, I'm tasting a little bitterness.
I feel like as I continue, I'm losing the coconut a little bit more though. We'll see as it warms up a little bit. That might change. but I feel like I'm definitely noticing the sweetness a little bit more than I was initially. The coconut on the nose, and when I first started taking some sips of this one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is a solid beer.
It is. No
It's
argument.
really good.
So today, our brewery talk.
Brewery talk. I was just gonna
ask.
It's
President's Day, so happy President's Day,
President's Day, everyone. You have the day off, probably. Hopefully you have the day off.
And
so
congratulations if you do.
Yes, exactly.
I think President's Day is Washington's birthday. George Washington.
I actually don't know. I should know that, but I don't.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. But I think. But so today, in honor of President's Day, we'll try not to bore you with talk about presidents stuff, but we wanted to keep on theme. So I put together a few fun facts of presidential fun facts that hopefully they're good. So
hopefully I haven't heard any of these. So I'm excited to see what you have.
We'll see what I came up with.
Have to share.
So up front, I don't know if this is a thing. Did you have to learn all your presidents in school? I don't think I ever did.
I didn't.
So there's a lot of presidents.
I might have had to, but I didn't.
Okay,
so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Ben, the straight D student.
That's not true. That's not true.
You probably had a higher GPA than me.
I don't know.
You seem smarter than me.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe not.
3.3? What was yours?
I don't remember. In high school, and college, C's get degrees, man.
Okay, if you can't remember your GPA, I don't know, man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's say we're equally smart.
Yeah, I would say so.
But point being, I didn't learn my presidents. Doesn't sound like Ben learned his presidents. So one thing that I was curious is who were the highest rated presidents overall? And according to historians who have ranked them, I feel like this is no surprise. These are all ones that I've heard of. It was in this order, and there were different. Just to clarify, there were different studies that I read, and they were all the top three were always within the top two. Sorry, were always Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, and then there was Theodore Roosevelt, and who was the other Roosevelt?
Franklin D. Roosevelt?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
See, I didn't learn my presidents.
I'm glad I knew
You
it.
are smarter than me.
No, dude, no.
So those ones from the studies that I was reading were consistently within the top four. Always the top 1 and 2 were Abraham, Lincoln, and let's just call him Abraham and George. So
we're on a first name basis.
Yeah, with those guys. Yeah.
George Washington, right? Abraham Lincoln, George Washington.
Yes.
Okay.
So some fun facts I didn't know was Abraham Lincoln was a wrestler.
Really?
Yeah, and he had never in his I don't know if it was a career wrestling. I don't think so, but they did say he was an avid wrestler at one point, and he had only lost one match. So who knows? If he were born in today's society, maybe he would have pursued a different career, like WWE UFC. Or UFC. Yeah, I mean anything. Who knows? George Washington.
I feel like Honest Abe is still an awesome name for a wrestler too.
Yeah, he could have still been Honest
It's
Abe.
A crossover.
Yeah,
between presidency and wrestling. Honest Abe, that's awesome.
That was a good one. I didn't think about that. And then George Washington. So have you ever heard the rumor that George Washington had wooden teeth?
I have heard that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is not true.
It's not true.
No, it's not. Yeah. So that was a common myth, is that he had wooden teeth. He did have dentures, but they were not made out of wood, and there was no wood within, the mechanics of them, however you want to say it. They were made of human teeth, animal teeth.
So they were fake.
It was dentures, but no, real human
dentures.
teeth went into this. So he had within his mouth, and he had, I think, several different sets of dentures throughout his life. He had a history of dental issues. So his dentures were made up of a combination of human teeth, animal teeth, and ivory, which I believe was hippo ivory.
Oh, okay.
Hippopotamus ivory.
Yeah.
And then metal to hold it all together, metal and wiring and gold and silver and stuff. So that was a little interesting.
Isn't it funny?
Really freaky, and motivation for children. Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth.
You don't want to have other human teeth and animal teeth and stuff in your mouth.
No. I think it's funny just hearing you talk about that, how even back then with George Washington, if someone said something and it spread, you just automatically believe it. Because I feel even now, on the internet and everything, you just read something and you just automatically assume that it's true without digging further into it, and you just assume that it's true. But I mean, because I thought he had wooden teeth, because that's what I heard, but it's not
true.
It's been happening since
they were a lot weirder than wooden teeth. I've confirmed.
It was worse.
Yeah, it was teeth. Absolutely worse than wooden teeth.
I guess so. Yeah.
I
think I would rather have wooden teeth than all that.
Yeah.
All that stuff in there.
But anyways, brush your teeth. Floss.
I don't floss often.
You're gonna get weird denture teeth.
I hope not.
You might.
I should floss now.
Yeah, and then both the Roosevelts actually. When I saw that they were ranking in as some of the top, I was confused, and I was like, "Are they related?" And there were some rumors that they were cousins. or like, some closer relation than they actually are. But they were related. They were fifth cousins. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah.
That is. So was Franklin after Theodore? I think so. I think so.
I did look that up as well, and I think you're right. I don't recall, and I should have remembered that.
That's okay.
I didn't. But they are related, so you can
so they're fifth cousins.
Yes.
Cousins. That's interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah. And also, so those are like a little bit of fun facts that I had. But I did bring, so like I said, I don't know much about presidents. Never learned them. So I did bring up some pictures of presidents. So if you're watching, you'll see this. If you're just listening, we'll kind of describe them.
We can link it too.
Oh,
we can like link the pictures in the description of YouTube.
Yeah. Or maybe we shouldn't, so that we can motivate people to go watch on YouTube. No, we'll link them to be nice. But feel free to check us out on YouTube. If you already listen on podcast, go re-listen and watch on YouTube, so you can see these. Ben, can you hand me the photos I brought?
Definitely.
Awesome. So yeah, like I said, I've never heard of any of these presidents. They are real. They did exist.
For those who
I did not just find random pictures of old guys. So this is John Tyler, and looking at him, I mean, what do you think about that guy?
He looks like he reads a lot.
Oh, that's funny.
He looks very studious and kind of like this. I don't want this to sound mean. I'm really not trying to sound mean, but he kind of looks like a I was gonna say a Muppet.
Okay.
But not in a bad way. Like I could just see him being a Muppet. Like if the Muppets were played by humans in like a movie, he would be
one of those old guys one of the two old guys.
Yeah.
Muppets.
Yeah.
So be as honest and blunt as you want. These guys are no longer with us. I think that it's okay.
Well, because
I'd be respectful, but
that was the most respectful way that I can say it.
When I saw this, I thought that he looked like he would work in a morgue.
Okay.
Or a cemetery home.
Okay, so that was more offensive than what I said.
I guess.
Just kidding. That's funny.
Possible. So yes, once again, this is John Tyler, and then which brings us to James Polk. And I thought James Polk looked like the guy that James Tyler could be cremating in the funeral home. I mean, he just looks so stern.
Do you know anything about him?
No.
I've heard the name James Polk, but he looks mean.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a friendly guy. And I don't think the coloring on the photo helps.
That doesn't help.
It
it's very sepia.
Yeah, it looks like almost like Ghost of Christmas Past or something like that. Like he would be in that Christmas Carol.
Like the Muppets.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the Muppets.
He would be the second.
Yeah, so he'd be one of those ghosts who returns.
That's funny. That's funny.
And then next, Martin Van Buren. So I'm curious to hear what you think about Martin Van Buren.
Man. Well, he's he's holding a book. I don't know. I don't have anything. He looks like he might be like a general.
Yeah, okay. That's actually good. So
I could see him leading
to me, when I saw this photo, because I was just scrolling through photos of past presidents, and I was, just, I don't know, curious. I'd never heard of these guys. I wanted to know what they look like. And so for him, he looks like the guy you'd grow up with down a few houses down, and all the neighborhood kids would say, don't go to the Van Buren house. He eats children. So,
that's hilarious.
That's Martin Van Buren.
Nice. And you don't...
Nothing. No.
Okay. I mean, I don't know anything either. So.
This is Millard Fillmore.
Dude, these are presidents?
Yeah. And so, yeah.
When
I was like looking these up, my wife was even like, are you sure? Like, you're not going to be BSing right now? And I was like, no. I got to my research. These are real presidents that I've never heard of. Yeah. So, Millard Fillmore, to me, I think he slightly resembles, who's Justin Bieber married to? What's that girl's
Justin
name?
Bieber's married.
Yeah, he's married to that one girl. Baldwin. He looks like Alec Baldwin to me a little bit.
Who's Justin Bieber married? Baldwin, like
he's
his daughter.
One of the Baldwin girls. Okay, like a niece or granddaughter.
He does.
He looks like Alec Baldwin.
You know what's funny? So Alec Baldwin. I was gonna say this guy. He kind of looks like Donald Trump.
This guy?
To me, yeah. But Alec Baldwin plays Donald Trump on SNL, so maybe that's what what I'm seeing.
He also, I would say, is kind of like a hipster with that hair. Like,
yeah,
he's kind of like the messy bedhead.
Dude, that dude
so
looks
he
cool,
is the
man.
hipster before hipsters.
Look at him.
So the
that
ultimate
three-piece
hipster.
suit, man. That's funny.
Alec Baldwin in a past life was
that's actually
the ultimate hipster.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah,
he really does. That's funny.
Maybe they're related. If anyone does the research and looks this up and finds out that they're related, let us know.
Let us know.
Because there is a strange resemblance.
That is weird.
And then before I reveal the final president, I will say we kind of did I say we, it was me. I was like, it'd be funny to say who was the hottest president. I was like, why not? I didn't want to get into like, the most hated or anything like that. It's too political.
Okay, I think it's okay to objectively think that like another guy's good looking. Right? I mean, that's okay. You can see someone and say, that person's good looking.
Well, okay. So it doesn't get too weird. I'll say why. So I'm just going to reveal. It's Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce.
He has won the award to me. Okay, that just sounds weird. I nominated him as the hottest president strictly because if you look at his hair and then he's sitting on a horse and you look at his horse's hair, he does his horse's hair like his own hair.
I was going to say the horse looks kind of creepy.
Well, I mean, he does look a little creepy, I guess, but I was just kind of saying, like, his hair's on point, his horse's hair's on point.
Dude cares about his appearance.
Cares about his appearance. He's well kept. He didn't look like Van Buren, who eats children.
That's no Van Buren right
That's no Van Buren. So, and I felt, I was looking at a few other presidents, and I was like, like Nixon in his younger years had that smoldering look, like kind of like a Zoolander, Blue Steel vibe. But then I was like, he has that whole bad rap with the Watergate scandal. But, maybe I'm mistaken. Girls like a bad boy. So
Nixon might be it, man.
Yeah, Nixon. It's Nixon or Franklin Pierce.
Nixon.
I don't know. So those are our presidents.
That's funny. Man, happy President's Day to those guys.
Happy President's Day to everyone.
That's funny.
I wonder if any of them would have appreciated craft beer.
I think so.
And what their favorite style or brewery would be.
I think the Alec Baldwin lookalike. Who is that again?
That is... Let's find him again.
He would like stouts.
Ooh. No, absolutely. He would definitely like stouts.
I think the guy... Dude, that is a stout drinking man right
Miller
there.
Fillmore. Pastry stouts? Barrel aged for sure.
Yeah, barrel aged stouts.
He'd be a connoisseur of stouts.
I think he'd be a connoisseur of stouts. Who was the guy that you said looked like the neighbor down the street?
Martin Van Buren right here.
Yeah, I see him liking...
The children tell you not to go near the Van Buren house.
I just see him drinking a lot of, like, brown ales. Just, like, brown ale after brown ale. He's just going for
like, maybe alcoholic, borderline alcoholic at the Van Buren house.
Maybe, yeah.
A lot of brown ales. Maybe he homebrews his own brown ales. Exclusively
brown ales. He homebrews his brown ales.
Only brown ales.
That's funny.
And he won't drink anyone else's brown ales.
And it's just the same one that he homebrews every time.
Yeah.
I would think the last one, Pierce, one that you think is hot.
I was just objectively going through. I was like, what would ladies find attractive about this guy? And they said, well, I think ladies probably like a man who's riding a horse like that. Like, think of the... what are those commercials? That dude, he always was shirtless. Old Spice.
Old Spice.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Cool. That was
cool. So, like, this guy is riding a horse. His horse is definitely well groomed.
Well, I was going to say, he would be like, if he was in this day and age, he'd be a hipster who would just be at the breweries, like...
On his horse, maybe.
That'd be sweet.
The guy riding a horse.
Goes breweries on his horse. Yeah. He would like IPAs.
He would definitely like IPAs.
I'd hang out with Franklin Pierce. For sure.
I think that he would like Diamond Dust. I'd like to think that Franklin Pierce would like Diamond Dust.
I would think so. So while you were talking about that, thanks for doing that too. That was interesting. It's cool to like
I said, I didn't learn a whole lot about presidents. Frankly, I do not find it that entertaining. I know there's historians who love doing that kind of stuff, and hats off to you. Mm-hmm. It's just not my thing, but I found some things that I thought were fun and interesting.
Nice.
So I thought I'd bring it up for President's Day.
Yeah, that's awesome. But while you were talking about it, I was continuing to drink this and taste this, and I will just say the aroma on it to me, I was still getting that coconut on it, and this sweetness of it, and this is a pretty easy drinker. What did you say the ABV was on it again?
6.7.
Okay. Yeah, this was an easy drinker to me, and it was really just very tasty. And I did kind of, like you said it before we went into brewery talk, it kind of was losing that coconut a little bit. I still get it on the aroma, but it's just kind of like a sweet, like juicy, I want to say guava. I don't know. Like that's kind of what I'm getting as I
definitely one of the sweeter fruits. I actually was going to say, I haven't sipped because I was doing all that, blabbering, but re-sipping it, I was getting a little more coconut again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that was just because, I took so a while to take another sip.
I kept sipping, so
Okay.
I kept drinking.
Yeah, I was getting a little more coconut. I don't know if that's just because I hadn't sipped it in a while or if it was starting to open up a little bit and change, but more coconut than I felt like I was getting before I...
Really, really good carbonation for me, too, as I
the mouthfeel in general is really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it a lot.
Yeah, this is a really good beer. Once again, this is Pure Project Brewing in Southern California. I want to say San Diego. 6.7 ABV. Hazy IPA. Very good. Coconut, guava. I think you said mango. I think maybe some sweetness of maybe pineapple, apricot.
Yeah, you mentioned apricot, yeah.
Really good. Definitely recommend. I think that we are going to keep on sipping this one.
We are. And just to kind of encourage you again, please just subscribe to this channel.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We are at Original Brew Collective on all those platforms. And I'm super excited about the pictures that we're going to be posting coming up. I don't know, we like to be very creative with our pictures. And so it's really fun.
It's fun for us.
Yeah, definitely.
So like Ben said, subscribe, follow, comment, review. We'd love to hear from you. And we're going to keep on sipping this incredible
Happy President's Day.
Happy
Enjoy your day off.
Day. Yes. Crack open a really good beer. You know what? Share what beer you have on President's Day.
Tell us.
Have a presidential beer, President's Day beer. Have one of those.
Yeah.
And let us know what you have.
Yeah.
We're very curious. And hopefully you'll have some things that we've never tried or never heard of.
For sure.
And that'll make it onto our list of what we want to reveal. So, with that said, cheers, everyone.
Cheers.